Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Hendricks How-Tos. My name is Sibylle Meder. I'm a big leap coach, and if you have been following this for a while, you know that I'm also a filmmaker, and I mention it another time. And today I have the practice of matching for you. And I find matching a very useful tool for body intelligence, to connect with all that wisdom that we have in our body and connect this part of the body that we're using so often that I can speak for myself, I've been trained to use this part of my body very much, and to connect this part with that part. Matching is a wonderful tool. So what is matching? Matching, as the name suggests, is actually the practice of matching our expression to what is going on inside. I think that's a short definition I would give for that. So you might have had the experience of talking to someone and you could sense that they were really angry. There was some, volcano brewing inside. And their expression was something like, "Oh no, it's totally fine." And receiving that expression, I sense in these situations, I sense a kind of disconnect. Oops, something's not quite matching here. So, what is matching? Let me walk you through it. Well, one of the best ways I know to get into the present moment and to connect to my experience is to take a deep breath and focus on my breath. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Noticing where my breath is going, and I invite you to do that with me. And check in with something that is going on inside you. That can be your breath. It can be any body sensation that's coming up right now. It can be thoughts. It can be words that are popping up. It can be the speed of your thoughts. It can be emotions. Anything that is happening in your inner world right now. Give that your attention for a moment. And I'm choosing the sensation that I have in my belly at the moment. And with a wonder, a gentle humming sound, I'm giving that sensation in my belly attention. And as I'm doing that, I'm using my hands to sculpt in the air, form a representation, an expression of that sensation that I have in my belly. So it would be something like, there's a sort of a little tension I'm pulling together right now. And then when I breathe into that, it opens up. So it's a bit of excitement and maybe some fear. My guess is a lot of us are having fear these days. I certainly know I do. So there's a bit of that. And as you can see, as I'm doing that with my hands, the words come. It's kind of, I find it easier to describe what's going on in my belly as I'm matching my hand gestures to that sensation in my belly. And depending on what you are discovering right now, maybe it's a feeling, maybe it's a sentence, then that could be very different. For example, right now I'm having all these different thoughts coming up in my head. So matching them would be something like this. And you can match as long as it feels pleasurable and enjoyable, and until you feel complete with that, until it feels like the sensation or the thought or the words that were coming up has kind of found its natural flow. And what I notice is that there is more of a connection between the body and between the way I can express that. For example, I can express it more in descriptive terms. I can put it easier into words if I have matched with my hands. And matching can also be with sounds. For example, that sensation that I had in my belly would be something like a that would be a sound, or maybe a whole body, or maybe that's a sentence, or just words. For example, in my case, it would be something like gray, dark gray. That would match that sensation. So it is a moving of what's inside, what the inner experience is, through movement, and then through other forms of expression, to come out and to be able to express it to yourself and also to those around you. So what I use matching for is to connect with my own inner experience, to give it an expression in either movement or words or sounds or gestures. And often that helps me to understand what is going on inside, even more in detail, more in particular. For example, when I was doing that movement and I noticed the clenching in my belly, I noticed, oh, there's also fear. And there's an opening to the breath. So there's excitement and fear, both is going on. And that interaction, that communication between the expression and what's going on in my body, that is what the matching is. That's how I match what is going on inside me with my outer expression. So, yes, you can try that for pretty much any experience, anything that is happening in the moment, and can find ways of matching with movement, matching with sound, matching with sentences, with images, maybe just separate words. Doesn't need to make sense in a whole sentence. And bring that to your communication with yourself, with your inner experience. And my guess is you might find that it becomes easier to recognize certain things that are going on, to give them a name, to understand them, and to be with them. And matching is also a very great tool to just be with what is right now and give that an expression. And it's can be quite fun. So that was the Hendricks How-To for today. And if you would like more of that, join us on Tuesdays and Thursdays live at the Hendricks Community on Mighty Networks. Or you can also go to the foundationforconsciousliving.com website or hendricks.com and check out more of these free tools and check out the courses if you really want to get into that and play more and join us with these practices for creating a more playful, open, joyful life. Okay, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you again here soon.